Hope for me is like it's like a drug. I literally hold on to it with every ounce of strength I have left in me. Even if I'm on the slipperyest slope that comes around, like if I'm not talking to my family or if I'm not talking to my mom, just because of the way life has dealt me another bad hand, the one thing I do hold on to is hope. I am a big fan of expressionful art, expressive art. I love painting. It's my passion. My dad has been a painter. I can do almost anything in art. Any media, any subject, anytime, anywhere, any size. My eye condition is called ocular cutaneous albinism. It's an albinism, an albino gene that affects my eyes. And how I feel about it, well, I try not to let it be a crutch. Sometimes it has. To get the help I need in some kind of way, yeah, it has. I'm on a very fine line where I can see sometimes, like I wouldn't say selective sight, but it's definitely, it's a fine line where I'm legally blind, but I can see. I get into situations where my judge of character might not be as good as somebody else's. I might not see their intentions or see what they're up to as well as someone else might. You might be more cautious than me. I might be more willing to, even though I've seen so much strife in my life, I'm still so trusting. I'll let anybody just, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Just because open heart. It started a long time ago. Family troubles. It started, there's roots. And a lot of it starts in the family. That's where you get it. Well, that's where I got it. Where my dad would abuse me in some kind of way. He would abuse alcohol and then abuse me or my brother, and then we go into foster care. So they took care of us, and that was like not the greatest environment either. Throughout my childhood, my mom was there one time, and then my dad wasn't there. Or my dad was there, and my mom wasn't there. And then as I got in my teen years, I was with my mom, where she had a mental breakdown, and she couldn't work, wasn't able to pay rent. She was working as much as she could. I ended up in the streets, basically. Any given day, today or then, I could see 10 to 15 homeless youth, families, people that are just, it's so sad. That's what I was dealing with at 16. Like, whoa, that's a lot to deal with. My depression didn't just like come overnight. It rolled in like a fog, and it doesn't leave that easily either. It started because of being visually handicapped and homeless and seeing other people who are in your situation. It leads to those things. You leads to being down and out or looking for some kind of escape, which leads to more fogginess. Alcohol or drugs can lead to that, even further falling deeper into that, to that negative area. It feels like a cancer that you just can't get rid of, a cold you can't shake. You can't shake it off, like you're cold down to the core. No warm feelings, no hope. It's usually just like to think about ending your own life. What helped me the most with depression, when I was depressed, was having somebody to talk to, and getting like mental help, getting the mental help that I needed for it. It was to have a therapist to talk to have somebody who's there for you. It changes you, it changes the perspective. To have a team that's there fighting for you. The case manager and the therapist together, they're working together to help you, or help me, not feel so depressed. I went to Pacific Clinics. Their transitional housing program. They had therapists there that I'd see on a daily, if not weekly basis. It was daily at first, and then weekly as time went on. And the outreach program, the whole Pacific Clinics. You know what? I would not be here if it weren't for them. They've come through for me on every level. If I needed a place, they're there for me. If I need food, they help me. If I need a ride to go to the hospital, if I need an appointment for anything, I got it. They're there for me. And it's been so moving. What kind of goals do you want? What kind of goals do you want to set for yourself? Well, I'd like to have a better relationship with my dad. And that's how I got that. I was able to have a better relationship with my dad because they set those goals for me, those little goals, to help lead to bigger goals and even bigger goals. My goal is to find work, find something to keep me busy, something that's not where I came from, the opposite of that. You know, to be healthy, not just be healthy, but to move forward and not be a consumer of society, but a producer for society, to give back, to help others where they need help, even just to be there to help listen to somebody. The strife that I've been through in my life has led me to be, has led me to this place that I'm at. I wouldn't be the person I am if it weren't for the hardships I've been through. The difference between now and then is that I have relationships with everyone in my life. Anyone who's in my life is going to be there for the rest of my life. I have a good relationship with my dad. I have an even better relationship with my mom than I ever did back then. My brother and I don't fight it either, you know. I don't have to deal with the drama on the streets. I had a pair of jeans that I was wearing for a long time, and the painting that I did is those jeans. When I stopped being homeless or houseless, I took off those jeans and I wanted to make something of it. I put them aside. I was like, you know what? Those are a big part of my life, and I'm over that now. And I kind of cut them up on purpose. I was kind of angry at them at the time I was working with them, so I kind of ripped them open a little more, knowing that I'll never put them on again like that. You know, I'll never be homeless again. Once I laid it down, that was the foundation. It was like, you know, Pasadena City Hall should go right on top of them. It was kind of like, just by doing that, I was living right next to Pasadena City Hall. That's how that came to be. The jeans were there, the City Hall was there. Put your hands together, you know. That's how I got that painting. If anyone out there who's looking for help, just have hope, be patient. The universe will give you whatever you think about most. The universe always gives you what you think about most. So if you think about having a happy life with positive people in it, that's what you'll get. If you think about negative stuff, that's what you'll get. So think about everything positive. Think about what you really want to think about.